title of this video relates to the assignment, asking two people before you ask me. And by me, I mean me, the person making this video. Why would I want you to ask two people how to do something if you get stuck before you ask me? Well, the reason, very simply, is because odds are if you ask two people who are reliable resources that you think, good questions, don't just be like, I'm stuck, but show them what you're actually stuck on. Ask good, targeted questions. If there's something on an assignment, have them look at the assignment. Say, hey, I don't quite get this. This piece of code right here doesn't work, or this button doesn't work, or I don't understand what Mr. Counter means by this. Be specific in your questions. If you're specific in your questions and you ask other people for help, and you are focused with each other and providing that help, you guys together can figure out just about anything in this entire class. So why would you collaborate? Well, I got a little story about this. And as I'm starting to tell this story, I realize that I have my document camera recording the wrong side of the PowerPoint. I'm in the display mode, so you have, you've probably just been staring at my ugly face the entire time. So with that in mind, hopefully you didn't miss the entire explanation of why you should collaborate. Let's get to it though. Why should you collaborate? A couple years ago, I was right here. This is not me, but this is a screen snip taken from a video of someone doing a jump line in a mountain bike place called Duthie that I was at a few years ago. Mr. Cameron was with me. I was there, and I was trying to learn how to do this jump line, and it was a frozen morning, probably like January, February. Totally frozen out, frosty, icy, cold, and I was just learning how to jump on my bike, and I went through this jump line by myself, and right about at this jump, I wasn't quite sure how much speed I should carry, and turns out I didn't carry enough. And I landed right in between this gap here and this gap here, and my face, and I was not wearing a full face helmet at the time, went right into the backside of that, which is a bunch of logs. That's how they build up the backside of those logs. Which, you're probably guessing, led to me looking like this. Apologies in advance if this is grossing you out. It's grossing me out just looking at it. This is what my face looked like for a while because I smashed it all up. Now I have stitches all up over my lip. The doctor said he was lucky that he put my lip back together in a way that it looked like a lip. My nose is all jacked up. I looked worse than I do in real life right now. So why does this have anything to do with collaborating? Well, the next time I went up there, I ran into this dude, and I was at the jump line, and this was like a year later. I had to go back, and I had to finish this jump line. Since I've done it several times, I'm all good with it. But the first time I did it, I was terrified. Absolutely terrified of this jump line. And so, I was kind of standing there at the top, probably looking a little bit terrified, and about to pedal in. And this dude rolled up, and he clearly was pretty comfortable doing it. I started talking to him. I said, yeah, a couple years ago, or a year ago, I tried to do it, blasted my face all up. It's like pretty intimidating for me. He's like, oh, dude, follow me. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And it turns out what that did was, by following him, I could follow at the right speed. So my problem wasn't I didn't know how to jump. My problem wasn't that I had no concept of how to pedal my bike. The problem was I just didn't know quite the right speed to go. Now, if we take that and apply it to this class, the problem, and I'll shift off this ugly picture of my face, the problem that we ran into was one little sticking point. I knew the mechanics of how to jump a bike. I knew how to ride a bike. I knew where the jumps were. I could ride down a trail at any speed. I could ride super fast. I could ride super slow. It was good. I just didn't know this one little piece of missing information, just what was the right speed. So I got over the jump without going way over the jump. And I followed this guy. And guess what? I did it. Surprise. I wouldn't tell you the story if I hadn't. The story would suck, right? So, and then I crashed and I died. I was over. Okay. No, I was fine. I followed him down. It was great. So, what can we learn about this? Well, when you ask two people in class, when you ask them good, targeted, specific questions about that thing that you're stuck on, if you turn to someone and just say, this assignment sucks, that would be like me talking to the guy at Duthie and just being like, these jumps suck. Like, what's he going to do with that? But when I talked about how, like, I had undershot the jump, I just didn't go quite fast enough, and I wasn't quite sure, like, it's like, dude, every time I do this, I'm not quite sure if I go too fast, too far. And he's like, hey, man, follow me. I'll show you the right speed to go. Ask people specific and targeted questions. That way, they'll be able to help you answer your questions. And ask more than one person. And ask good and reliable resources. Don't ask someone who's going to immediately get you off track. Ask someone you know who's probably going to be able to give you good help. That's what these guys are doing right here. The reason they're two up in the air, this guy has already gone through and figured out the jump line. This guy is trying to figure it out. If this guy shorts this jump right here and lands in this monster sign, something much worse than this is going to happen to his face. So what he did was followed this guy. This guy knows how to jump. It's not his first time jumping a bike. This guy's a pro bike rider. He's a professional, but he had one little sticking point. So often in this class, you will have one little sticking point, one little thing that will be super hard, get in the way of everything else. And it'll be one little thing, and if you can just break through that, you're good to go. Ask two people before me. Ask two people and ask them good, targeted, specific questions. Show them what you're working on. Get them to look at what you're working on. And for those of you that get asked questions, take the time to help people out. Because what you could be doing is saving someone from their face looking like this to being able doing something like this. Metaphorically speaking, in terms of computers, of course. All right.